Folks, the UFC 250 at the White House, the Freedom 250 is live. And Sean Strickland, okay, one of the most legendary fighters from the UFC, who was banned from the event for saying very offensive things, he just snuck in and got bundled out by the cops or the Secret Service. I don't know. He's lucky he didn't catch a bullet to the neck. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, that could have gone left. But it is absolutely crazy. I'm going to break it all down to you in this video, okay? But they really put up a tent and put on the UFC at the White House. Like, what on earth are we doing here? It's lit, but it's also like, what? Like, a lot of people were upset about this. A lot of people felt like, why the hell are we having fist fights? We're having fisticuffs at dawn outside the White House. Like, are we not going to war with Iran? Like, do the losers get shipped out to Iran? I don't even know what this is all about. But what I do know is it's been absolute chaos from the get-go. So before I get to Sean Strickland and, you know, him sneaking in there and all the crazy stuff that's happened, I'm just going to give you a little taster, right? There's some crazy moments. You got Dana White, okay, I guess he's what, the CEO, he's the chief officer of the UFC. He over there cheesing it up. He looks like a Make-A-Wish kid. He cannot believe that he has pulled this off. Like, I really convinced Donald Trump to have fights on the lawn of the White House. Like, what is next? Honestly, what is next? They're going to be having what's that other shit he's got? The World Series of Slapping or whatever there is, the World Series of Slappers. I don't even know. But, like, he's going to be doing that next. What's he going to do? Is he going to do number 10 Downing Street? We're going to have a slapathon? It's insane, okay? People, they're cooking Dana White in the comments too, right? They're saying, isn't this fucking awesome? That's probably what he's saying, all right? People can't even believe that this has been allowed to happen. It's unbelievable. It's ridiculous, right? I ain't gonna say it, but look, Dana White, he walked out, all right? He did like a ring walk with Donald Trump himself, but look at this. He wearing goddamn sneakers, bro. You with the president. This is the one time, Dana. Just put on a set of loafers, some dress shoes. I barely even go outside the house, and I've got a set of loafers, bro. You really step with no tie, unbuttoned shirt, and sneakers, bro. With the prezi. White laces in the sneaks too, bro. Like, they better be some Louboutins or some Dolces or something, bro. Because how are you stepping with the president of the United States? Sneaks, bro. Insane. But they walked right out of the Oval Office, right into the garden. There's a bunch of crazy it's actually crazy nonsense going on. Joe Rogan's there doing commentary with a tiny tie. He must have put the tie in on a hot wash in the laundry, shrunk it down. Or, you know, maybe that testosterone that he be hitting, maybe them roids he be hitting, maybe it's just he's giving him the gigantism and that's a normal size tie. I don't know. Okay, but they're saying, what on earth is going on with Joe Rogan's tie? What the hell? All right, is that a clip-on? A toddler-sized clip-on tie? Go short tie. It's your birthday, right? But there's been crazy shit going on behind the scenes. They're saying Eric Trump, Donald Trump's son, was trying to fix the fights. This is a deleted post by MMA fighter Daniel Cormier. He posted screenshots of Eric Trump trying to get an insider scoop on whether any of the MMA fights at the White House are rigged so he could try and make money off of them. So he said, I'm probably going to get flack for bringing this to light. However, I refuse to stay silent. The UFC is a sport I'm deeply passionate about, and I will not tolerate this type of insider behavior. Shame on anyone that's trying to ruin this beautiful event, this big, beautiful event. So he's saying, apparently this is real. I don't know for sure, but apparently this is real. Eric Trump hit him up, said, hey, Daniel, I'm going to be attending UFC 250 tomorrow. Saw you were casting. Hope to see you there. He said, yo, Eric, didn't expect a DM from you. Excited to meet you and the family. Much love, brother. And then he hit him back. He said, anything you can tell me about the fighters tomorrow? Who you got winning? All right. So their conversation, it proceeded from there, right? And so you're going to see it all. He said, haha, I like to stay unbiased, but I love to watch Nicole fight. Okay. And then Eric hits him back. This is insane. All right. He said, you placing any bets? He said, no, I'm actually not allowed to bet on any of the cards or anything. He said, are any of the fighters injured that you know of? He said, I'm not quite sure why you're asking me this, but I think they're all in good shape. And then Eric Trump, he said the quiet part loud. He said, I'll just cut. I don't know if this is true for the record, but he said, I'll just cut to the chase. Are any of the fights tomorrow rigged? I've been eyeing the Lopez fight, and I think an upset would be too unrealistic. $. And he said, I believe what he said was, none of our fights are rigged. I'm appalled that you would even ask me something like that. Okay. Now, that does make, they're saying that he flee into Dagestan as we speak, right? They're saying this is an Eric Trump thing to do. I don't know. He says, hey, bro, do you know any, hey, bro, do you know of any crimes that can be committed? I'm looking to commit a crime. Can't be real. People are saying he might have got hacked. Let's say he's got hacked, all right? Let's say he got hacked. we're just gonna have to say he got hacked. But the whole Trump family were in attendance, and everyone was getting their little viral moments. They're saying Kai Trump, all right, was going viral in the Rolex subreddit for wearing a very rare Tiffany dial Rolex, but it's way too big for her wrist. It's hanging off her wrist. Someone just threw her that like fresh out the box. She ain't got no time. They ain't got a pin pusher to take no links out. She just rocking that straight out the AD. Okay, it's crazy. All right, they're saying that's the wrong size, about to fall off. So there was even a jet flyover. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. This was crazy. I'm not even going to say, right, could have gone left. That's all I'm going to say. That could have gone left. Like, they're lucky those are American planes. You don't want a cheeky Iranian jet to just slip through the net and pull up to this little event, bro, because that might have been a knockout we wasn't really trying to see live for sure. But anyway, okay, it was widely reported into the lead up to the fight that UFC legend Sean Strickland, one of the most notorious champions, had actually been banned from the fight over criticizing Trump, making jokes about Israel and Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, so the only current American men's UFC champion has been barred from the Sunday fight card because he basically criticized Donald Trump, Israel, and Jeffrey Epstein. He wrote on X he'd been informed that he had not been cleared to attend the event, and I'm not going to basically, right. He's been a vocal supporter of Trump back in the day, but he soured on him over the last year because of the strikes in Iran. Okay, so he put some pretty crazy tweets. He said, "I stopped supporting Trump after Israel made him bomb Iran the first time. Trump, stop bombing Iran, Israel. Trump, we need your bombers. Trump, yes, Papa, baby, I got you, Bibi." That's a reference to Bibi and Netanyahu. So saying you were cool with Trump. Like, you have a picture of him on IG. What's going on? How'd this go left? Right? It says, he posted this, said, "Could you picture me sitting next to Kash Patel? You're good, man. They took all my soap. Yo, what up, Trump? Bro, really stoked that you got Maxwell moved to a resort prison. I love that you're helping your oil buddies buy more yachts. F Americans, am I right?" So basically, he posted that in response to Dana saying this.
Sean Strickland is banned from humanity, okay? We don't want him near any human beings anywhere. Fucking shows up with power slap, he starts fighting.
So I'll show you a longer version of that clip in a minute, but I want to just give you a little bit more backstory on Sean Strickland, basically. It's interestingly enough, right? He teased that he would be pulling up anyway. He said he'd been informed that he hadn't been cleared. A UFC official said he will get it done, Strickland claimed. And UFC filmed it and embedded a UFC video channel that has the footage. I got a call from the UFC saying I wasn't cleared. And obviously he's gone back and forth. So he was born in California, reclaimed the middleweight title in a split decision victory over Kazmat Shimaev in May in Newark, New Jersey, making him the only undisputed men's title holder in the UFC aside from Burmese champion Joshua Van, who moved to Houston, Texas as a teenager. He was once one of Trump's most vocal supporters, and he turned sour on him. Okay, so look, I'm gonna give you the lowdown of how this all went down. So it was apparently, for a few of these comments, obviously I just showed you one of his crazy tweets after what Dana said, but apparently also this was a big part of it. Apparently these comments, he said, UFC at the White House with Bibi, he's talking about Bibi Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel. UFC at the White House with Bibi in the audience, straight Israel slop. And someone said, "Why are you banned?" He said, "I made fun of Israel and Epstein." And he said, "The only male American champion is banned at the White House because I said Trump is owned by Bibi Netanyahu." That's not public opinion, that's fact. So he's wilding. They're saying, people saying they got a love-hate relationship with Strickland. They're saying he's a clown sometimes. Then he says something with conviction you wish everybody else would have said, all right? So some people are rocking with it. People are saying this is proof that Israel are kind of having this outsized control over the US. All right. People are saying they actually respect Sean for saying this. Okay. Now, I personally just feel like it's a bit played out. I feel like nowadays people make everything about Israel. I don't really care about what's going on over there. I'm honestly I'm just more concerned with the war in Chirac than the war in the Middle East. That's just because I'm not over there. I don't really ever be over there. It's just I don't know. All right, so I'm not taking those sides. I'm not calling out. I'm not bigging up. I'm just observing this with a bucket full of popcorn, saying this is absolutely crazy. Okay, so this is all part of it. And he started making troll posts basically saying that he was going to sneak in, all right, under the guise of an Israeli. He said, "This is me sneaking into Israel Freedom 250. Okay, so people were thinking this is hilarious. They got their buckets of popcorn. Watch them infuse his next opponent with CIA-grade performance-enhancing drugs. Sean's opponents get to use guns going forward. Kazmat rematch. All right, so basically, They're just saying like, look, people, the UFC audience was rocking with this, right? But basically, it was all about this interview that Dana White did. And I'll play you the longer version of it. This was what we saw on Twitter a minute ago. But this was basically what Dana said. He had some choice words for Sean. He said he's banned from life. He's banned from the whole world.
Designed or anything like
No,
that?
No, we're not messing with that again right now.
And Sean Strickland, is he actually banned from the White House fight? Because he said he's banned.
Everybody's banned, apparently. Apparently fucking everybody is banned. Of course Sean Strickland is. Sean Strickland is banned from humanity, okay? We don't want him near any human beings anywhere. Fucking shows up at power slap, he starts fights, and he made it very clear that he didn't want to be a part of this event, and now apparently he's banned. Nobody is banned, nobody's music is banned, no media members have been banned, and the list goes on and on. This is obviously a very unique event where, first of all, there's only so much room. And she was telling me that, at the White House, there's 1,000 media members that are credentialed at the White House. So, 1,000 people are like, oh, we're all going to, no, we can't have 1,000, of the White House media members just show up at this thing. There's only 4,300 tickets to actually see it. So literally nobody has been banned from this event. I saw something today on social media that said Diego's music was banned. That's the song he's walking out to. The song was never banned. It was never brought up. It was never mentioned. There's a lot of bullshit floating around out there right now. Nobody's banned. Nothing is banned.
So he said nobody's banned, nothing's banned. All right, Sean's banned from life. All right, Sean is a disaster, but he's not banned. So after that, Sean clapped back in a now arguably iconic video where he basically just wilded out at Trump, at the organizers, at Israel, Epstein. He just went crazy brazy in this one, and it was kind of funny, but also it's like, bro, you doing all this talking, you better not show up to this fight.
Hey guys, I'm not surprised, but I got the call. I got the call. The UFC higher ups called me, big names, and they said, Sean, I gotta apologize, but you're not Israeli enough to go to UFC 250 Israel edition. The White House didn't clear you. And I'm not really surprised, I'm not really surprised. So, I think moving forward, I would like to just apologize to Israel. I'd like to say I'm sorry, I'd like to apologize to Trump. And I just want to prove that I'm Israeli enough for you guys. Like, for instance, whenever the list disappeared and Trump goes out there and says to everybody that he can't really go into it because people that by association will get prosecuted and their names will be tarnished. I want to apologize because I don't want them to be prosecuted. Or when Trump goes and bombs out of Iran that no Americans agree with, that costs Americans $5,000 to $15,000 to go fight Israel's war. I want to apologize. Sorry, I've been a critic of that. My allegiance was apparently in the wrong place, and I just want to apologize. Or when Trump goes out there and says, hey, Trump, your approval ratings are the lowest it's ever been across all demographics. And Trump says, well, you know what? I have a 99% approval rate in Israel. I want to apologize, and I want to repent, Apparently, I'm not American enough to go to Freedom 250. But I still got my ticket, so maybe we'll just go. I'll bring the belt, and we'll just stand outside the gate, and we'll just let them know what we really think about Trump and Israel. You guys, I already bought my plane ticket. We're going. I'm gonna bring the belt. I'm making a big bullhorn, and we're gonna go right up to the gates. So, if you guys are gonna be there, let's go. Not in a threatening way. We're going to do a peaceful protest outside with a bullhorn. So, FBI, don't come into my house. Very, very peaceful bullhorn. Well, you guys.
So he said he's pulling up, all right? I wouldn't do this in no videos to do with the White House, all right? That don't count, all right? I would not do that. So he forgot to say he's not S-word, you know what I'm saying? It's then the only American UFC champ on the roster and he's banned. Yeah, we're occupied. Some people are not feeling it, all right? What a joke. This guy is real America. Smaller the hat, greater. I didn't even vet that before it. But look, people have got their opinions about this situation, okay? So he basically tweeted and confirmed publicly, they was trying to do word games on him and word salad and say, you're not banned. You're just not invited. You're just not cleared, right? He said, after my fight, Hunter said he'll get it done. UFC filmed it and Embedded has the footage. And then I got a call from the UFC saying I wasn't cleared by the White House. Them not clearing the current middleweight champion is stupid as F. He's saying I can't say I don't blame them, right? Oh my God. All right. There's a lot of crazy stuff going around here. I'm not going to lie. Okay, I'm going to have to remove that. Other fighters were apparently saying they were actually upset that he wasn't invited because they felt it violated their freedom of speech. They said, how on earth? It's a freedom of speech. Like, this is what makes this country great, the freedom of speech. You can't criticize a foreign nation. Like, this is how we're going to change an evil empire. You know what I'm saying? I'm not condoning the political statements. I don't really know enough about the politics. But, like, basically they're saying this is a free speech problem. I thought Trump was all for free speech. Now Sean Strickland, he banned.
Did you see that Sean Strickland got banned from the White House for talking about Israel?
I'm not surprised at all. I mean, freedom of speech is what really makes this country great. And when you can't criticize a foreign nation, come on, man. We ought to be able to criticize our own nation, let alone a foreign nation. In fact, that's the only nation you're not allowed to criticize. I
will say, the only thing I'll say to clarify that is it's not really because he's insulting Israel. It's really more because he's insulting Trump via criticizing his policy on Israel and Iran. I'm not saying that the freedom of speech problem, but at the same time, like, if you're out here criticizing my policy on the war and on the country, what we're doing as America, Trump's in charge of America, he's got a policy on Israel that Sean Strickland doesn't agree with. It's not about criticizing Israel. He's criticizing Trump. And it's kind of like, yeah, you got your free speech, but that doesn't mean that you got to be invited to my crib. Trump lives in the White House, right? So it's kind of like, bro, if you're not feeling how I'm dealing with Israel, then I just don't have to invite you to my crib. Like, simple as that. But obviously, in a wider political sense, what the White House represents beyond it just being Trump's residence, I get why people are upset. And, it is a free speech issue, but at the same time, it's kind of like, yeah, but like, he's not been arrested. Well, not yet. Not at this point in the timeline. But like, he's not, like, if you say a bunch of stuff about me and you don't agree with what I do and you think I'm a culture vulture, bro, it's cool. You're not coming to my crib. Like if you want to pull up to my beautiful crib and hang out and chill and kick it, you know what I'm saying? And shoot hoops, fuck around. You ain't on the list, gang. Like, if you criticize, you ain't on the list, dog. Okay. My house ain't the White House, unfortunately, but you know what I'm saying? I got a decent little crib.
Something's going to change because evil empires don't last forever. There's always a rebellion. You ever seen Star Wars? That's what's going to happen, bro. Darth Vader's going to get took down.
What are your thoughts on the UFC White House just in general? Like, obviously you said that you didn't really want to be on the card anymore, but it's such a spectacle, right?
I don't remember ever saying that.
Okay.
I do want to be on the card.
You do want to be on the card.
I do. And this is what I got to say. First off, I ain't jealous of any of those fighters. I'm so happy for those fighters. I don't think you could have got a better main event. I'm happy for every single last fighter on that card. If they need me to fill in, if I'm healthy, hey, I'll do it. For the UFC, I think it's great. It's beyond great. It's literally the perfect scenario. But as far as I'm an economics major. I love studying politics on the political side of things, not the UFC's business. That is, of course, they're going to say yes to it. But what I think personally is that our government is desecrating its role in society by entertaining sports. Our government is to protect and serve the people, and really should be as minimal as possible. And when you're doing all of this stuff, hosting sporting events, it's really outside of what the goal of the government was intended to be, because our tax dollars and resources are funding this operation. And like I said, I'm not criticizing the UFC. I love Dana. I love Hunter. I love Sean, Mick. I love all of them. And it's an amazing thing. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. But the government should never be hosting sporting events, because there's more room for corruption, and we already have a corrupted government. And so that's my thoughts on it, is that the government is supposed to protect us, not entertain us.
So I just want to rewind because actually where this all stemmed from, a lot of people have kind of lost track of this, and I lost track of this while I was researching this video because I couldn't find this clip. I've just found it while I was watching that. And what's interesting is actually this all started all the way back in 2025, December, when Sean Strickland did this little bit with Aiden Ross, and he said a pretty crazy punchline, right? I'll just play it to you. You can hear what he said.
I want to see you fight the White House.
That'd be dope, dude.
I want to see you fight the White House.
That'd be dope, dude.
I would love for you to fight the White House.
Some guy fought and he said that he doesn't really want to fight in front of billionaires, and I do understand that. And I was like, that makes sense, bro. So I think I'd want to do the White House. Yeah, if there was some kind of like inclusion for like no, he just, yeah. So if there was some kind of inclusion for fans, it'd be more. But like, you know, just to go hang out the fucking Epstein list, I'm good, dog. I'm good, dude.
Aiden didn't even register how crazy.
But like, you know, just to go hang out the fucking Epstein list, I'm good, dog. I'm good, dude.
He just realized, like, he dropped the mic. That was a mic drop moment. That was all the way back in 2025. So that was actually the moment that sparked it all off. And then it's like, bruh, it's I can't lie, like that's a crazy comment. So he basically made it clear he was going to crash it, even though he wasn't invited. Now he already crashed the White House press conference. This is apparently him going off the rails after crashing the presser. They were saying he was off the rails 2 days ago, even in the run up to this.
I gotta go. I gotta go. That's crazy. Come ban me that fucking I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. Yo. That's crazy.
He's running. He's running.
It's me.
Oh my God, you're chasing him.
Yes. We almost died.
So he really turned up and pulled up. People saying it was cool to see. He's not lying when he said he would have liked the White House event to include fans more. Good for them. So he's having his own little pressers. They saying he really is the people's champion. Legit shenanigans and laughs just because. Saying, damn it, Sean, this is the beginning of the effing cycle. I start to like him again. Then he gets starched by some grocery bagger from Utah or some shit. Right? He's saying he's not the champ we wanted. He's the champ we needed. So people was rocking with him. As much as I hate him, I love him. That's what they're saying. So he kept doing troll posts in the lead up to the event, all right, in the lead up to the UFC 250. He said, doing my apology tour, he put a plate on his head like it was, you know, the hat that Jewish people wear. I didn't really pay attention in religious studies, so I don't actually know what the hat's called, but I see what he's doing there. I see what he's doing. They're saying he needs to slow down. He's already doing his apology tour. He's kissing the wall. I think there's a wall in Israel. People go and kiss and stuff. They're saying Paramount execs losing their mind. I'm here for Unhinged to Sean. Strickland on a generational run to become Reddit's favorite fighter. Goddamn, Sean, why do you make me begrudgingly like you again? He's winning them over, okay? And so apparently it was going around on Reddit. They were saying he will be at the event tomorrow. He said, you guys have good news. My buddy just told me he has an extra ticket to the fight. Let's go. Dana, Sean isn't banned. He wasn't invited. Thanks, man, at UFC. So people were saying, yo, he's pulling up. He's actually going to pull up. He's actually going to pull up. It's crazy. He about to be Aiden Ross's +1, right? But Aiden Ross said he's not even going because of the politics, right? You know what I'm saying? That's a conversation for a whole nother day. But he basically filmed himself walking right into the event, walking right to the stage, and getting arrested in front of everybody. He even filmed himself inside the goddamn police car. This was crazy. Look at this. This is insane.
We're gonna go right to the stage and we're gonna just fucking rally this motherfucker. Relax. No, just watch. I got you.
Allah dám cơ vậy. I cannot believe that, bro.
How the fuck y'all gonna lock up the middleweight champ?
Pretty sure I didn't break them all. I'm pretty sure. But I might be going to jail.
So they're saying, you know what I'm saying, he ran up in there.
Pretty sure I didn't break them all.
So he's pretty sure he didn't break any laws. Apparently he's been charged with disorderly
All right,
conduct.
guys, I may have been charged with disorderly conduct. I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool. Anyways, I just want to thank you fans, man. I can't thank you guys enough. After being banned, you guys writing, supporting me, it means a lot to me. Thank you. All right, guys,
So, honestly, I can't lie to you. I feel like Sean's craziness kind of made the event even more interested. I'm not going to lie to you. So, a bunch of angles of him getting swarmed by the cops have been going around, right? These are sort of some of the scenes that we just saw. But, you know, we did kind of see everything that you're going to see in this video. But they got him the hell out of there, okay? He got charged with disorderly conduct, and people are loving it. They can't believe that the middleweight champion wasn't allowed to attend. The least banned man I've ever seen. All right, mark my words, he'll sneak back in by the end of the night. This thing's going to pop up 3 times. Like stone cold, okay? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. People couldn't believe it. So this is just going wild and viral in Reddit. Him being removed by the police. This is sort of a longer version of this one angle. Like, there's a little part of me that feels maybe it's a bit staged because they're not manhandling too much, but then again, he's the freaking middleweight champion, bro. These cops ain't really going to be touching him. Like, they know he could just destroy them, right, and put them on 1 HP instantly, right, with 1 leg kick. So they kind of got to toe the line, but then also they're being so soft with him that it's like, bruh, do you think they really You think they let him in there for a bit of clout? They're saying the Capitol resembles a trailer park. This might be the biggest collection of douchebags ever assembled. If it's not the Epstein list, it's the trailer park, right? It's Trailer Park Boys, Ricky and them. Saying Reddit proves it doesn't matter who you are as long as you are saying what they want you to. And they're saying he's racist. Some people saying because he called out one particular country. But anyway, this has been going mad viral absolutely everywhere, okay? They're just loving it. It's popping off all over Instagram. Him getting arrested from different angles. He going...
pretty sure I didn't break them all. Like, I'm pretty sure. But I might be going to jail. I'm pretty sure we didn't break no laws. Hopefully cops.
So there he is, man, getting just bundled out, all right? You know, the footage of him being in the police van, going viral on Reddit, going crazy, all right? He's saying he didn't break any laws. I'm sorry, I thought this was America. I thought this was America. That's basically what he did, all right? They're saying, what the hell is up with this guy? How is he doing that? How did they not take his cell phone? But here's the thing. I feel like they was just in a rush. They just detained him. They quickly put him in the back there. They didn't get a chance. They need to get him out of there, all right? They're saying he's not just making a skit. He really got detained, all right? He really got detained. I think we already saw this same footage. There's a lot of people posting, but he posted it to his Instagram as well. Okay, and he kind of said, "Not American enough. Thanks for the support. MMA fans are the absolute best." He went crazy. I'm gonna have to follow him for that for sure. But they're saying he the people's champ, man. On Reddit, they saying he really is the people's champ for real, man. The people's champ. He made it in there. Got all up in there. So funny, the guy eating a sandwich on FaceTime. This kid's eating a sandwich watching Sean Strickland in the ring. What on earth? What on earth? So anyway, look, I'm not even a big UFC head, but I've always wanted to go and check out one of the fights. I definitely ain't on the list for that fight. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got that much clout. Aiden Ross saying he wouldn't go. I would have gone. That don't mean that I'm supporting Trump. Don't mean that I'm supporting Israel. I would have just gone for the lols. You know, that would have been crazy. Like, what a crazy event. But a lot of people are upset and they feel like it does lower the tone of the White House and politics. But who knows, man? We could be getting power slap in the White House. Maybe we'll get power slap. What's the Israel's version of the White House? Israel's White House. What is it? The beaten. Let's get power slap popping. Let's get power slap popping here, right? Next up, let's get power slap popping here, and let's see if Sean can make it to that one. I'm not sure he's going to make it into that one, to be honest with you guys. I don't think Sean going to be sneaking into that spot anytime soon, all right? And if he does, I'm sure it'll be entertaining. But anyway, that's it from me, okay? I'll be back with some more content for you guys tomorrow. I'm working on some very big things behind the scenes, and of course, rest in peace to Oliver Tree, man. That was really sad news. Really, really upset me today. And I gave you guys some updates on that. I've got a few new updates on that, but I'm probably going to give you guys some more updates on his situation. Well, you know, on the aftermath of that incident tomorrow, because there's a lot of new footage going around. There's a lot of updates, some details about why it happened, how it happened. But I'm going to keep digging into it overnight, and I'll give you guys an update on that tomorrow. But thank you so much for your support, for watching me, trusting me as a news source. I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.